Hello, beautiful one. Let me take a moment to tell you the journey we have been on while making this painting. It all started with the making of the AI reference image, and I show you my process of how I do it. And then I walked you through my steps for how I prepare a canvas, and then how I transfer that image onto a large canvas. And then in part 2 and part 3, I slowed things down and shared some rather lengthy painting with me videos. Part 2 was all about putting down a very expressive loose first layer in acrylic paint. And then in part 3 was all about refining the color and the detail to bring out the true character of the painting. This week in part 4, I continue to refine the detail of the painting. And this week I ran into a bit of a dilemma on what to do with the dress. I put it off last week and worked on just getting the structure of the dress. But I will share with you how I worked out that problem. Please give me a moment of your precious time to tell you about this week's video sponsor, which is none other than my online shop. If you love my Backwards Beauty painting series, you will be excited to know that my prints are now available in my brand new online shop. I worked really hard to photograph and color correct each piece so the prints are just as vibrant as the originals. These prints are museum quality and made of thick matte paper. They are made especially for you as soon as you place your order, which is why it can take a bit longer to deliver to you. Making products on demand instead of in bulk helps reduce overproduction, and you can feel good about your thoughtful purchase. And for those of you wondering about my original paintings, yes, they are coming soon. I am still working out the shipping logistics, which are complicated. But if you sign up for my email list, you will be the first to know when they launch. Plus, as a thank you for subscribing, I will send you a link to my free studio supply list for 2025. This list has all my favorite paintbrushes, studio lights, printers, cameras, and so much more. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. When creating my Backwards Beauty painting series, I drew inspiration from every corner of my world. What truly brings these beauties to life each week is the remarkable women who inspire me. Women whose presence and energy leave a lasting impression. This week's Backwards Beauty is inspired by a Southern woman named Lisa, known online as Lisa D1. I recently discovered her real name is Melissa, which she shared with her audience. But to me and to her devoted followers, she will always be Lisa. Lisa is a daughter, a wife, a mother, an aunt who treasures her family. She embraces life with a passion, pouring her heart into everything she does. A devoted cat lover, she ends each of her videos with a photo of one of her feline companions, often curled up beside her as she films. It was only fitting that her portrait would feature a cat, because she loves them if they're big or they're small. Lisa is that effortless, cool girl you notice across the room. The one who exudes confidence and makes you wonder, what is her secret? What draws me to her most is her unwavering joy, her ability to find beauty in the everyday, and the way she wholeheartedly embraces whatever she sets her mind to do. Spending time with Lisa, even through the screen, feels like being with a close friend. The kind who tells you like it is, always with your best interest at heart. She grew up in the 70s and 80s and 90s, as I did, and her style reflects that shared nostalgia. Imagine Johnny Cash meets Kate Moss meets Audrey Hepburn, timeless yet ever evolving, because that's what strong, beautiful women do. They change, adapt, and refine themselves. Keeping that essence in mind, I envisioned her portrait with a deep, moody background, rich interplays of blacks, midnight blues, and the colors that emerge in between. Lisa embodies the joy of being a woman, reminding me to celebrate all the little things that make us unique. When someone is living their passion, it's infectious. You just want to be around them, to uncover the magic in their secret sauce. And that is how Lisa and the Tiger was born. I wanted this portrait to capture the duality of Lisa. I wanted the background to be dark and moody and sexy, while the dress had to be light and bright and elegant. As you can see in my reference image, I went with a white lacy dress. I was not sure how to pull this off. So how I did this was I decided to take a picture of it and import it into a program called Fresco, where I could play and try some different ideas. This was time well spent because it gave me the confidence to move forward. I really worked on making the structure of the dress perfect before I added the lace, which worked out better than I could even imagine. Did I get done? Not exactly. Very, very close. The tiger still needs its whiskers, and I need to let these layers dry before I can go back in and work on the background a little bit more and work on her hair a little bit more. I just want to incorporate a little bit more depth, like shadows, like her dress, the bottom of her dress, I want to have some shadows, almost like she's appearing out of the midnight moody blue. And I want her hair to have a little bit more reddish in it, which Lisa has in her hair. But I like the duality of the dark background and the light dress, and then the playfulness of the tiger. It kind of incorporates a lot that I see within Lisa. So I think it's overall a pretty successful one for me. It took longer than I thought it was going to, but you know, there's always lessons to be learned when we have long journeys like that in a painting. If you've been on this journey with me throughout this painting process, I would love to hear something you learned by watching it in the comments below. Don't be shy, I'd love to hear from you. And until then, have a great one, and I will see you next week.